What is up, everybody? Welcome to PE with Coach Wood. Today is a very special day because we're playing one of my favorite games. It is a part of our social distancing game series. It is called Speed Bowling, ladies and gentlemen. And yes, I know you're staring at my hair. Yes, I got a haircut. And yes, I have sixth graders trying to come up to me all the time and say, "I like your cut, G," and try to do that. I live in fear every day. These sixth graders, they're crazy. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, this game, materials, this is what you need. 3 dots, 3 bowling pins, 3 people. You only need 3 people to play, and only 1 ball. I know you were gonna say 3, no, 1. That's all you need. This game is perfect for social distancing because our dots, they're gonna be spread way out, and the equipment we're using is only gonna be shared between 3 people, all right? So I know at our school, it's 1 ball per 6 kids. So this game is even perfect. Cuts that 6 in half to 3, all right? And after each game, you can easily clean the stuff. So ladies and gentlemen, speed bowling, let's get rolling. Oh, pun intended. All right, so we have our 3 dots set up. 1, 2, 3. 3 bowling pins, balls in the middle because our bowler is gonna be in the middle. All right, the person rolling the ball is gonna be in the middle. Now you're looking at these dots and you're saying to yourself, "Coach, these things are way too close." That is correct. The reason they're so close right now is because I want you to be able to see it in the video. Now, realistically, when you're setting up in the gym, I'm gonna set them all up in the same direction, okay? So everyone's rolling the same direction in the gym, all right? Because it's the smart thing to do. Now, the dots, I usually have the dots spread out by a good 10 steps, okay? Not little bitty steps like this, all right? A good 10 steps. 1, 2, 3. I start off like that. If at any point I want to make them farther apart, I can make them farther apart. If I want to make them closer, depending on the class, I can make them closer. That's up to you. You're the teacher. You know your class. Do what's best, okay? Now, typically for the older kids, I have them spread out more because I want to make it more challenging. And also, the more spread out the dots are, the more running they are going to do. Now, the game is simple. What you want to do is you want to knock down as many pins as you can. Okay? So what's going to happen first, I'm going to start at the middle dot and I'm going to explain what each person does at each dot. All right? And after they do the dot. The person in the middle dot, yes, they have the ball. I'm using a basketball. If you want to use a kickball or you actually have rubber bowling balls, you can use those too. But actually, I probably won't use those for this game. I'd probably use a kickball or a soccer ball. Something that is going to be rolled fast and possibly maybe can bounce a little bit and can sustain all that crazy rolling energy, all right? So, I don't even know what that whole montage was, but we're gonna go with it. So anyways, the roller. First, I'm gonna step towards my target, bend my knee, I'm gonna roll that ball, all right? Falling through, and as I said, I wanna knock down as many pins as I can. Now, after I roll the ball, all right? I run and chase the ball, okay? After I roll the ball, if I was the person who just rolled the ball, I run and chase the ball. I'm not getting the ball. What I'm doing is I'm picking up any of the cones I knock down. I pick up the cones I knock down, all right? And now I'm standing behind the cones. The person who is at the dot standing behind the cones, they pick up the ball, and what they do is they run and they pass it to the next person who is at the middle dot. Well, who's the next person at the middle of the dot? That was the person at the very last dot. They run, boom, they come right here. I pass them the ball, and I run to the on-deck circle right here. Boom. That's the whole flow of the game, just like that. And you want to do it as quickly as possible because you want to knock down as many bowling pins as possible. So you're keeping score in your head, or you can have this back person right here tallying how many pins were knocked down. So if they're right back here, all right, the ball's rolled, 1 pin's knocked down, they keep in their head, they're in their mind, they know 1 pin was knocked down, they get the ball, they pass it to the next person, they run over here. If you have a whiteboard or a piece of paper, whatever, they can tally how many pins were just knocked down. Easy enough right there. Ladies and gentlemen, math, PE, coming together. It's a beautiful thing, okay? So, I'll walk you through it one more time. And I forgot to mention this as well, because a lot of kids, all right, we want to make it as fair as possible. A lot of kids, when they set up the pins, what they try to do is they try to put all the pins together like this. No sir, no ma'am, all right? What I make them do is there's going to be one to the left, one to the right, and one up in front. None of them are on the dot. They're all just to the side of the dot. So if they set it up way too far out, that's on them, all right? Just off the dot, to the right, to the left, and in front. Easy enough, all right? So I'm gonna walk you through one more time, and with me is gonna be my friend Bobby. Let's get this thing rolling, pun intended, all right? So I go first, I roll the ball, all right? I run, my friend Bob, he picks up the ball, I pick up the pin, but you know what I realized? Bob and my imaginary friends aren't going to be able to pick up the ball and pass the ball, so I guess I'm going to have to do it for them. All right? So pick up the ball, they roll again, boom, pass it, they go right there. I'm at the end, I tally how many went down. I'm up because the next person just rolled, and I roll it again. Easy enough, ladies and gentlemen. It's a very, 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 very quick-paced game, all right? And I would emphasize, too, making good passes. That's another reason you don't want to use the rubber bowling ball, is because if you use a basketball, you can easily pass with that, or a kickball, whatever, you can pass easy with that. You don't want people passing a bowling ball, the rubber bowling ball, because they can break easy. If you know, if you've ever had a rubber bowling ball and they break like a coconut, and you gotta get duct tape and fix it, and they're expensive. So I would not use those. Basketball, soccer ball, kickball, use one of those so you can work on passing, okay? And you notice they're gonna be running a ton. You can also have the person who's behind the pins, you can have them squat down and fielding the ball almost like a ground ball when they get it. You can do a lot of things with this game that relate to other sports, okay? So ladies and gentlemen, this is speed bowling, and I will tell you one last thing before I forget. Each round, typically what I do is I do a time limit. So we'll do a 3-minute round, and we're gonna see who can score the most in that 3 minutes, who can knock down the most pins. In each round, I make a little different. I switch it up a little bit. Typically, my last rounds are my goofy rounds, my super fun rounds. And what I do is I have the kids do, when they roll, they have to roll granny style. Or they have to roll backwards like this, roll like that. Or when they come up, they have to cover their eyes and they have to roll it, something like that. And you can incorporate locomotor skills. So every time they move from dot to dot, they have to skip this round or they have to gallop this round, something like that. Be creative. You're teachers. You're awesome. You're great. So you know what to do. Ladies and gentlemen, that is one of my favorite games, speed bowling. I hope you enjoyed. Peace.